And that is 112 Garage, or Garage, depending on where you are, not Onette Well Vega Rage. I'm terrible at word scrambles. Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh Weekly. As always, I'm Robo, and today's comment of the weekly comes from Tony Grego, who says, I'm hoping that the Mezco Conan figure releases soon. I've been waiting for it forever. Well, from your fingertips to Mezco's eyeballs, because this week we got a processing soon email for the Mezco 112 Collective Conan. How's that for service? Well, okay, it has been a while, but if that's all it takes, well then hell. I'm hoping that the Mezco 89 Batman figure releases soon. I've been waiting for it forever. Maybe if we keep chanting it, that'll happen soon too. Oh, toys. Speaking of, how about we start things off with a heaping helping of Robo Don't Know? Okay, I do know Bandai, and I do know SH Figuarts. Well, depending on who you ask, I don't know how to pronounce it. SH Figuarts, SH Figuarts, Figuarts in case you want to be secretive about it. But I don't have an inkling when it comes to Naruto. Naruto? I mean, I can pick it out of a crowd, and I'm seeing a lot of excitement that Tamashii Nations is going back to the property with a brand new figure, but beyond that, nothing. Robo don't know a thing. I'm a bit better versed when it comes to Dragon Ball, but Zarbon isn't ringing any bells either. Zarbon? This was actually announced ahead of New York Comic Con this weekend as a Bandai exclusive, and I haven't went and checked to see how that went. I don't know if it sold out fast or if it was hard to get. That's what you guys come here for, isn't it? That hard-hitting research on all these toys. But then at New York Comic Con, Bandai debuted new versions of Piccolo, Vegeta, and Goku from the upcoming Dragon Ball Super Superhero movie. It just ain't a Dragon Ball segment without a little repetition. Dragon Ball Super Superhero. On that note, don't forget to reserve your Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Son Goku Kaioken New York Comic Con exclusive colorway version this weekend. But at least I recognize Piccolo, Vegeta, and Goku. It's Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 that just right over my head. I'm assuming they're new characters for the Dragon Ball Super Superhero movie, or they're much beloved classic characters that I just have no recollection of. Be sure to let me know about it in the comments. To cap it off, something I do know, even though it's been many a year since I've played a Pac-Man game, it seems there's going to be an SH Figuarts Ms. Pac-Man coming out soon. It only makes sense, what with the parts that can be shared from Mr. Pac-Man, but I've always heard that the licenses were muddled somehow. Wasn't Ms. Pac-Man created by somebody else, and then they didn't want to promote? In fact, there's more of that research you guys keep talking about. If it was all jumbled, it doesn't seem to be anymore. No word on how any of these are going to be released, but I'm sure we're going to hear something soon. To pass the time, here's a little jingle I wrote for Ms. Pac-Man. Ms. Pac-Man, doing anything that a Miz who likes to pack can do. Ms. Pac-Man, pack it up. As a Miz. I can just see that as a cartoon intro any day now. With the Gargoyles Goliath showing up at Targets and online retailers, it was time for NECA to give us a better look at the upcoming Demona. Oh, and it looks good. Cartoon accuracy with a splash of realism, like we saw with Goliath. I think she's ready to give him a run for his money. Especially packing a couple of fierce-looking weapons and a book. I'm sure that's significant somehow. It's just been a long time since I've seen Gargoyles. Comes with an angry head to change things up a bit, but not an alternate set of wings that come down into cape form. I think that's the biggest request from people collecting this line, because man, that huge wingspan is a real estate destroyer on the shelf. Or well, at least in Demona's case, next year. Along with the pictures, NECA announced that she will be available early 2022. All good things, my friends. All good things. You know, like the black and white Universal Monsters Wolfman that NECA also showed this week. If you had problems with the colors on the first version, there you go. Although they still haven't clarified which are going to be more prevalent, the grayscale versions or the full color versions. You just got to go with what you like, I guess. This is also scheduled for first quarter next year, so all we need is just a little patience. This week, Walmart held their, it's still going, I think, their annual Collector Con, where they put up exclusive action figures for pre-order, and collectors all over just pucker up, trying to get that pretty plastic. Even then, you can't actually unclench until you get that shipping notice, because it's Walmart. They could cancel at any time. We'll get to the other drops later, but for McFarlane Toys, it was the DC Multiverse Batman Who Laughs and Robin -22 multi-pack. Now, these are older figures. In fact, Batman was part of the initial releases way back February 2020, somewhere in there. Then the Robins hit shelves about a year ago, where it was one figure, but multiple heads. Kind of a chase situation where you had to either order online and hope for the best, or hunt down store pegs. Just, does this one have the screaming or the laughing or the... With this Walmart release, it is a 4-pack with all 3 Robin options and then Batman Who Laughs for $40. That is crazy. Half the price of what the figures sold for originally. Actually, no. Robin and Batman Who Laughs were Build-A-Figure waves, so they were $25 a piece. That's less than half each. $10 a piece. No muss, no fuss. Good for people who jumped into the line late or missed out on the Robin options last year. Bad if you paid full price last year. Is this a special case because of the different Robins? Will there be multi-packs later containing figures who had Chase variants with different heads or accessories all packed into the same box? I don't know. But also bad because it sold out really, really fast. It did not last long, like a lot of exclusives these days. But sticking with Batman, as soon as the weekly posted last Saturday on YouTube, Mezco kicked right into their MezcoCon, showing off some new 1/12 Collective figures. Here is a classic Batman and Two-Face pack. Of course, Mezco has given us a few, well, more than a few Batmans, but they seem to be skewing more towards comic accuracy lately. This Batman with the shadow and the light blue and the straight gray bodysuit, Black Bat, is this going to be my world's greatest detective? And Two-Face is no slouch either, looking less open flesh wound, more what we think of when we think classic comic books. Then came Power Rangers. Plural, as in 5 to go along with the Green Ranger that they announced back at Toys Fair in, was that February? Oh, yeah. What month? Is this October? Whoa! I don't know what to think of this. This looks really, really good, and I've been playing with the idea of building a Power Rangers core team just to have them represented some way in my collection. I haven't done that with Hasbro because they release here and there in different assortments. Here, it's just one big pop. Just buy them, done. I'm thinking this is going to push $500 though. In fact, my Monday Foosh Live Price is Right bid is $475, Bob. I'm locking that in right now. But to close out the weekend's reveals when it comes to 1/12 Collective, along came Dr. Doom. This is the one I have been waiting for since the birth of 1/12 Collective at Mezco. This design just screams for a mix of soft goods and plastic. You could almost say that Dr. Doom is tailor-made for this format. I'm here every weekend. In fact, that deserves a classic Robo theme song. Dr. Doom doing anything that a Doctor Who likes Doom can do. Dr. Doom, doom it up. Also, Doctor, nailed it. No word when these will go up for pre-order, but I'm hoping soon because, oh, give me that Dr. Doom. Hey, I was just talking Power Rangers. That segues beautifully into Super 7's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Ultimates! Rita Repulsa tease. Well, I say tease, there's not really a lot left to the imagination here, except for maybe accessories. And judging from Wave 1, she should be packed with a lot of stuff. Or that $55 goes into keeping the final product looking exactly like this. Because while I don't know Power Rangers, I can appreciate a beautiful prototype. This is clean, and it makes me wish I cared more about the license, I say, after talking about, I don't know if I'm going to build a $500 Power Rangers team from Mezco because they sure look good. This toy life ain't easy. I'm guessing the rest of Wave 2 will make an appearance soon. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if it's next week. This one nearly snuck past me. This week, Boss Fight Studios listed their Legends of Lucha Libre Premium, Conan and Lady Maravilla. Let me speak on this because I am not familiar with Conan before he was WCW NWO, where he didn't wear a mask. So when I first saw this, who is that? Oh, it's Conan. Look at that. As for Lady Maravilla, I have no connection to the wrestler, but I'm always down for a good-looking female wrestling action figure because even some of the offerings from Jazzwares AEW or Mattel WWE they don't look as good as this. I'm not sure what the difference is between Premium and what we got with Penta and Ray, but they do list Lady Maravilla at 6 1/4 inches tall and then Conan at 6 1/2. So that right there already makes them taller than the Lucha Brothers. Are they slightly scaled up to fit in with other wrestling lines like WWE and AEW? $40 a piece, scheduled for late summer 2022. If you've been waiting to back ShartimusPrime's Street Humans Kickstarter, you're in luck because that's in full swing this week. Comprised of 4 figures who are individual characters if you stick with the storyline, but if you're into army building, there's a lot of options there too. Swappable heads, hands, arms, and outerwear give you lots of different looks, whether you buy 1 or 10, because those parts and pieces can also be swapped between the figures. You want the arms from this figure with the jacket from this figure and the legs over here, you can mix and match, make your own army builder, background character, foe for heroes, villains, whatever. He lists them as 6.5 inches tall, which I've seen a lot of comments about why didn't he make them 6-inch scale. I think he's shooting for Marvel Legends here, and those skew larger than 112. Several options for buying at $35 a piece. You can go single, you can go 4-pack, or you can go quad, where you get 4 of each character. And hey, Shartimus, I even came up with a jingle. Street humans doing anything that a human on the street can do. Street humans. Human up. On the street. You can use that if you pay my standard fee of a 10-pack McNugget and a small Coke. No ice, because that's how they get you. Put ice in there and you're just done. What? Not this guy. I'm not falling for it. Anyway, where was I? Oh, street humans. Link in the description. Threezero is also jumping on the tease train this week, giving us a little sneak peek of their MDLX Transformers Optimus Prime. This is their new smaller scale DLX line where they give you all the beautiful sculpting, all the nice articulation, but at a more affordable price. That, and with MDLX, they're shooting for more of a 80s cartoon flavor. There's still a modern movie vibe to it with some of the paints and techie details. Let's be honest, it looks 80s. Bumblebee was listed a couple of months ago. He clocked at 5 inches tall for $60. I'm gonna say Optimus is about 7 or 8 inches, and Price is Right rolls again. $99. I hope I make the Showcase Showdown. I'm sure we're gonna get all that kind of info soon though. Okay, you know the deal. Star Wars, that's my bread. Stormtrooper, slap some butter on that thing. Original trilogy style Stormtrooper based on its appearance in The Mandalorian, you might as well slap another piece of bread on top of that. Extra butter. But the Hasbro Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian Artillery Stormtrooper was also an Amazon exclusive that sold out super fast. That's like getting that triple-decker butter sandwich made and then somebody slapping it out of your hand. While I say that, this may not be high on a lot of people's wish lists. In fact, it may be one of those perfect exclusives where it's just a trooper, right? It's not needed for the rest of the collection, but it's a unique trooper who does reuse the body of the newer Stormtrooper, but I think the pauldron is new. It's got a button and some stretch to it that looks different from the Incinerator Trooper. Plus the new weapon, the backpack, the accessories. In fact, if it wasn't for this figure, I would have never noticed that he was shooting those coffee thermoses from the back of the Stormtrooper belt out of it. Learn something new every day. It's Star Wars, I know it's a thermal detonator. Shh. And while I was able to secure one because I had the good fortune of being able to sit at the computer just waiting for it, come on, but I know a lot of collectors missed out. It is Amazon, so I feel like there's a higher chance of it becoming available again, either before or after release, which should happen in November. That's what it lists, and we're seeing this figure pop up overseas already, so we should know fairly soon. Although the Hasbro Marvel Legends exclusives for this week fared way better than some of the others. Jumping back to Walmart's CollectorCon, on Thursday they posted up the Marvel Legends Eternals Ajax, the MCU upgraded suit Spider-Man, and the classic comic book Doctor Strange, and those stayed available all day. In fact, last I looked today, Friday, they were still available. Again, with Walmart, there's always a fear of cancellation, but pre-order is half the battle. We haven't had any G.I. Joe news in a while, have we? But the big Legends news of the week was Wade over at Unparalleled Universe, getting some of that good Hasbro loving with the reveal of the Toy Biz 20th Anniversary Captain America. Yes, it is reuse of the 80th Anniversary Cap. And yup, as cool as the electricity, slash, and bullet ricochet effects are, it does leave you without a plain Jane shield because of the holes required to plug those effects in. But just look at the head sculpts and the light blue used, and the extra print tech to put shading on each individual scale on the torso and arms, and then add a little depth to the reds all over the gear. I just love how this whole thing comes together. Well, I will admit that the eye holes could be bigger, show a little bit more skin, some eyebrows, but I'm also loving this leaner, meaner glare. Also includes the stand and backdrop base, 3 sets of hands, and a downed cowl for the unmasked head. So good. But nothing stays puppy dogs and rainbows for long, and here the party pooper was the announcement of the price. $32. Ooh! Is it because it's a special release? Is that price being used to balance what I'm assuming will be the rest of the wave with new parts on other characters, maybe a new Toad to commemorate that first wave of Toy Biz Marvel Legends? Is it special packaging? Maybe they cut plastic use in all of Hasbro lines in order to build up enough to put all these in the original clamshells, you know, where you needed a blowtorch and a katana to get into them. Are shipping routes and factory usage so screwed up right now that they feel like they need to pass that cost on to the customer? Am I trying to justify the price because I really want this to be my main display Captain America? On one hand, I've spent twice as much, sometimes more, on import figures with the same amount of accessories or less. Other hand, I was reminded that this is just reuse in a toy line that's usually $10 less. And I think that's what hurts extra here because of the recent price increases we've already been through. Going from $20 to $23, and then for exclusives, $26.99, somewhere in there. Does this justify another price jump of $6? $6 is more than I paid for the original Toy Biz Marvel Legends Wave 1 figures individually. I don't know, you just gotta follow your gut and make your own decisions. Like I said, toy life ain't easy. Okay, coming back around because I already finished the weekly. I went, sat down, started editing, and then boom! There's a new Marvel Legends reveal. Here is the Marvel Legends Stealth Suit Captain Carter. This will be a Target exclusive early winter this year, which it's October. Should be any day now, right? Wait, it's fall right now. Or is it winter? I don't know. This looks to be the Captain Carter we already got, but in silver or gray. And I loved her appearance in the last episode of What If. I'm assuming this is going to be 26 something, like the other exclusives we were just talking about. And it will be Target. Will it shoot up? Go down? How hard will this be to get? And can we get the other Guardians of the Multiverse to go along with her? Killmonger and Gamora and Party Thor and a few others. Oh, can we get the big Ultron thing? And that's all I've got this week. I'm going to start going with that because there's always more. I've probably missed something in the past hour. But we'll come around next week with Monday Foosh Live, the next weekly. Talk about stuff I missed, stuff that pops up, whatever. If it's toys, we'll talk about it. If you're wanting to see any of these pictures up close without me all Foosh Weekly doing anything that a Foosh that happens weekly, just mess that all up. I'll be posting all of that plus links to pre-orders, more information on the Foosh front page Saturday at noon. And I know the price increases, along with a lot of other things that are happening in the toy industry right now, is a sensitive subject at the moment. There's a lot of factors to take into consideration, and I see all kinds of discussion, debate, arguments happening all over the internet about it. Just remember, it's toys. It's a hobby. They are luxury items. Everyone's situation is different, and they're going to bring those different situations to the table when they make decisions to either buy something, skip something, ignore something, yearn for something, whatever. And when you find yourself in those discussions, in those arguments, in those debates, you got to put yourself in their shoes. You know, look at it from all angles. In the immortal words of Xander Cage, don't be a prick. If you enjoyed this Foosh Weekly, comment, like, subscribe. Much love to the plus. If you're interested in seeing videos early or in a position to help out the channel, patreon.com. But wherever you may be watching this, I'll always catch you on the Foosh. Speaking of bread and butter, because you guys know me, I'd much rather talk about stuff I enjoy rather than stuff I hate or I don't care about. Next week is going to be some Star Wars reviews. Ooh, I finally got my hands on Aura Singh and Casca Reeves and Tick. Yes, toys, I accept your invitation to transport me to a galaxy far, far away. You don't even have to ask twice.